Good day, good day. Welcome to Words of Wisdom. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Spirit, for guiding me onto my magic table. I'm ready to do my reading. We've got some blue sky, a few clouds about. I did have the window open just a crack, but not too much because the kids are coming home from school and they can make a little bit of noise out there, and I didn't want that being picked up. So, what was I seeing? What was I feeling? I was saying to Spirit, what is this about today? And I was being called actually to pull out my Light Seers Tarot deck, which I haven't used in a while, but I did watch a reading with it. Either last evening or this morning early. I can't even remember now. But I was given some sort of insight that I was feeling that I'm the first in line now. When you are in a queue and you kind of feel like, okay, I'm in the queue. I will have my turn. One day will be my turn. It won't be long. I'm nearly there. That's how I was feeling. And then I was given that insight. You're there. You're at the front of the queue now. It's your turn. So I wanted to share that with you today, and I really felt compelled to say that. And then I was called to take my Ethereal Insight cards, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's just ask Spirit what is to come for us for this weekend, what can be our guidance, because I'm sure we've all got busy lives, and we want to know what we could be guided with and helped with in terms of being this first in the queue now. And I know it's because we've been saying that we want a new chapter, that we are ready for this change. Well, I finally got to the front of that queue, and I feel like I'm really excited for that. So it was very funny how I was thinking all of this, and I opened my magic book on my magic table, and there was this Good Vibes Tribe, the guy that does that. He'd put a song together called Already Arrived, and I read it before. But it's very powerful. The words of it, and I just feel like we've arrived. We've got to a point now. There's no looking back. There's no looking back. It's forward on. And last night I had a conversation with one of my oldest, dearest friends, and I was so proud of her for the way she was talking. And it is finally a long time for her, but she has had this awakening, this epiphany, this opening of her healing that she needs to do and go on with. And it's going to be very deep. It's going to be very dark, but I'm there for her, and I know the right people will be on her pathway now. She's made that decision. And that's what I kind of feel like. I'm at that start of that first jump forward now, and I feel like that's how we should be feeling. And the sun is out to enjoy this with us, so we're going to do that, and that's what it's going to be about today. Of course, I did have my little message on our calendar as well, so I opened up to today's date, and it says, hope lies on the sunflowers. Even in depression, it still faces the sun. And just behind you here on the camera is a beautiful 4 sunflowers in my little pot. I love sunflowers. Of course, they're not real, but I just like the symbolism of sunflowers. And often I feel like they are almost turned themselves towards my window in the sun, which is so lovely to think of anyway. And on the back it says, the confident move forward without hesitation. And I kind of feel like that's where we are. We're there at the top of our queue now. We're ready. All right, so let's read Already Arrived. And then we're going to do a Raise Your Vibrations high vibe tools to support your spiritual awakening by Carl Gray. Obviously I use his cards as well, but if we open the book we often get a lovely little message from the high vibe there. We've got, as I say, the tarot, which is the Light Seers. We've got Ethereal Insights, and we're going to start today with our Akashic Records. Real, strong, good guidance, and this is very spiritually led guidance that we know we have access to if we so wish. And that is something that I was really hoping would be very much coming through for my dear friend. Of course, she won't understand all of this as yet, but the point is, I know that that is what is there for her, and I just hope and pray she can access it in her way and get herself going. So let's all have a little hope for that. Anyway, all right, already arrived. I've already arrived. No waiting in line. The future I dreamed is already mine. No distance, no time. I step through the veil. My light is the compass. My truth is the rail. Sorry, the trail. Can't read my writing. I release the weight I used to hold, the stories of later, the lies I was told. No more delay, no someday soon. I dance in this destiny under this moon. Energy clears, the blockages fade. Every cell sings the life I've made. I breathe it in, it's done, it's near. Every timeline unfolds right here. I've already arrived, no waiting in line. The future I've dreamed of is already mine. No searching, no chasing, no being behind. I call back my power, reclaiming my mind. Doors once locked swing open with ease. I walk like the answer. I am the key. The past can't bind me. The doubts can't stay. I speak my arrival. It's done today. Infinite self, eternal flame, already arrived. I am the name. It's done. It's here. No lack, no fear. I rise, I shine. The timeline is mine. It's done, it's here. The path is clear. I rise, I shine. I've crossed the line. I've already arrived, no waiting in line. The future I dreamed is already mine. No distance, no time. I step through the veil. My light is the compass. My truth is the trail. I've already arrived. Forever I stand. I am the one in command. Blessed be. So thank you, Good Vibes Tribe. He's a super, look him up if you can, but he comes up with some wonderful music and beautiful words that really resonate. So I wrote this out as I've already arrived, and there we are. Today is the day, my friend, the weekend of arrival. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, so let's ask Spirit now in our beautiful Raise Your Vibration book. Let's ask for further guidance. We've got our hope lies on the sunflowers, even in depression. It still faces the sun, so the light still pulls those beautiful sunflowers to face them. We just face the light. We just go forward. And we're going to go today with this vibe. I am willing to see things differently. No, I am willing to see this differently. Everyone has a story that they're telling themselves, but whether that story is true is another story. When you begin to raise your vibration, there's a process of undoing. It's like an onion. The sweet spot is at the very core, and to get there, you have to peel away all the layers. I said this to my friend last night, so this is very apt as I was talking about her as well. So maybe you might feel like you've had this awakening, this epiphany, and you're not sure where to turn right now, and that's okay. As the sunflowers do, just turn towards the light. Just keep turning towards the light and just keep going. You will find your rhythm. You will find your niche, your path. You will be guided. Trust in that. Oof. So, in this case, the layers are all old energies and narratives you picked up along the way. They could have started in childhood, and more may have come in later through challenging experiences or relationships. These layers are psychic pain that your energy field will begin to release when it knows that it doesn't have to protect itself anymore. As the layers peel away, there are often opportunities to revisit old stagnant energy. And although your current life may be vastly different from your past, the stories may be the same. Stories that make you feel that you're not good enough, not lovable, talented, creative, whatever it may be. Stories that repeat the insulting behavior of people who were hurting you because they were hurting themselves. There's a good chance that right now you're telling yourself a story that isn't true. It could be to do with a relationship with a family member or a partner. You could be telling yourself that they're thinking a specific way about you. You could be telling yourself that they're mad at you or annoyed or resentful. It could be to do with your career. You could be telling yourself you haven't been working hard enough, or that your boss doesn't think you're good enough at what you do. These stories may or may not be the truth, but they are what you are telling yourself. So it's time to change that. So whenever your ego begins to lead you down a dark path of self-loathing, you can simply set up an intention to shift this reality. Every time you're making up a painful story, say this: I am willing to shift my perception. I release all false narratives. I am willing to experience the truth. Thank you, universe, for helping me to see this differently. I am willing to see this differently. And that is 545, which adds up to a 9. So it's almost completion time, my friend. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, so let's do this. Let's ask our beautiful Akashic Records, what is on the table for us today? What magic can you show us, please, Spirit? In terms of what is happening, our guidance for this weekend, can you give us some guidance, please, for this weekend, for us, for my beautiful collective, for people that they know that at the beginning, we are at the front of the queue and we're going forward. Can we have some guidance, please, for this weekend? We're doing this. We're transforming ourselves. We're getting that guidance that we so richly deserve, and we're going forward with everything that we so richly deserve. All right. So interesting, we have 3 that fell on the floor that I can't see right now. And we have 3 that have all come through, all in the reverse. So this is an interesting concept to start with, isn't it? All right, so we have the lightning bolt. This is in reverse. This is the 8 of forces. So, you know, often this is, if it's this way around, it's something that's going to come in unexpectedly. It's like a tower moment, okay? But it is in reverse. We've got the intricacies and industry, the 7 of scrolls. Again, it's in reverse. So we'll read those. And then we have our little garden with our 2 children having a little play. Beautiful garden. Funny how we talked about sunflowers. And this was also in reverse. So let's have a look at these 3 in reverse, and then we will go on and look at the 3 that aren't in reverse and alongside these. Okay, so now 8 of forces. Where am I? Where am I? Scrolls, roses, forces. So the 8 of forces in reverse. This is an exceptional time of dynamic force and energy. What have I been saying? You may have suffered a loss, but the storm is dispersing. Some cleanup may still be required. So there may be some still feelings that just need to be transmuted, get rid of, or they could be just let some time float a little bit to allow it to settle, the dust to settle. Depends how long this has been with you. But it's time to set down new roots, to seek new ground and new growth. You're front of the queue, my friend. Apply your energy to whatever compels you now. When this card is reserved, a bolt of lightning reaches up to crack the heavens. It is nothing less than a divine power that moves through you and rises up from the depths of creation. Own it. It's a force that can help you light up the earth. This is beautiful. How they ask the question, how do you want to direct this energy in your life? So let's answer that with the next card, the 7 of scrolls. Time, I told you, said so. This is a project, relationship, or work situation that may not be moving fast enough for you. So maybe that's what you need to direct your energies to right now. or you simply might not be able to deal with these particulars. Be careful not to act in a little haste, but a little fir tree doesn't reach the sky by pulling on it, and cathedrals aren't built in a day. If you're not willing to be patient with the process and attend to the details, what you seek could collapse without ever coming to fruition. So it's time to bring joy to the little steps now. There we go. That's where your energy should be. Focus your work on the intricacies and trust that even your tiniest efforts will compound to create extraordinary successes. And you know, that's exactly what I said to my friend. You know, the one little detail that she just needs, already she's on that first stepping stone of just having this awakening. You know, you've been there, you know what I'm saying? You know, the minute it's like a aha moment, you just know, you feel compelled to move forward. So this is what this energy is right now. Heaven is opening and cracking for you right now to say, let's do this. This is the force of it for you. But you have to enjoy the moment anyway. You have to enjoy this feeling of being first in the queue, ready to go through. Woo! They're all excited. All right, because you can create extraordinary success for yourself right now. What's a plumb bob? Not sure what a plumb bob is. Plumb bob points. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, all right. We'll look at the nearby card underneath for the spire. I don't know what the plumb bob is. I'm just been a bit dull when it comes to plumb bobs. What is plumb bob? Does anyone want to tell me? What is a plumb bob? I'll put the picture here. If anyone knows what a plumb bob is, please let me know. Because I don't. I'll have to Google it afterwards. Anyway, all right. So then we have our garden, our 5 of roses. So we've got forces, scrolls, and roses on the table. Nice little mixture, I'd say. Roses. 5 of roses reversed may reveal that one or more of your children are having some difficulties. Situation isn't easy, and those involved may be playing the blame game. I had this conversation with my one last night and one this morning because they had this whole argument about really nothing, but they upset each other. Anyway, they may take some time to work it out. Well, they will. Others in the family or professional help may bring some benefit, but may be slow going. That was me last night. I just could hug one and I could talk to the other this morning. There are easier times to come for your children and for you with your children. Be patient and compassionate. Let things unfold as they will. And it says here, whether upright or reverse, you can look to the adjacent card, the one towards which the boy is shooting, the girl is looking. So they're looking at intricacies in industry. And apply the details and people in this nearby card to the present children in your life. So the plumb bob, which I don't even know, and the intricacies and industry. Let's go back to that. That's interesting. I'm just giving you some more insight if you might need it. I don't even know. Indicate building or renovating a home or business. Also shows that you're on way to greatness, but it requires attending to even the tiniest of particulars. Interesting. Be diligent with the specifics in your strategy and pay considerable attention to detail and follow through. There may be a long-term goal in mind, and the small steps are what's important now. So the 2 children are looking towards this card right now. So it is about those small steps. And just, you know, I know my 2, they'll be fine. But it's, they didn't pay attention to some details in each other. They didn't communicate very well. And so now it's come to a little bit of a problem. But they'll sort it out. They'll sort it out definitely. All right, so that's beautiful. So here we go. Let's see now what these 3 cards were that were going to be that were on the floor. They jumped out, the 3 of them together. So the first one is commitment, but it is in reverse, the 1 of roses. Now, interesting, I'm putting this under the lightning bolt that is reversed. as well. So that could be a very clear something. We'll give it a little thought. We've also got Three of Scrolls, setting your course, and that is underneath this one. And the spire is, if it's looking at this, there's got, it's about details and plans and intricacies. So setting your course, being very careful. We're first in line now, we're ready, being, I think, confident in knowing that we are good enough to be where we are and what we deserve, but being aware of everything now, because we've worked so hard through our healing process of being aware of things. And I felt that very much last night when I was trying to just be a good listener. I didn't want to take sides, not to do that, especially when it's between your two beloved children. But, that was my sort of thought. And the same when I was speaking to my close friend, I wanted to allow her to, and I was just so in awe of her, what was coming out of her mouth. It was just incredible. The Spivman incense is really coming straight towards me. So it was so lovely. So I think that's very important. I also want to just draw attention to this beautiful rainbow, because this morning when I did my reading on TikTok, I looked out the window and this beautiful rainbow was right in front of me again. And there was almost a double rainbow as well. And the bottom rainbow got stronger and stronger, and then it faded. And the rain was coming down in front of it, but I had this beautiful rainbow. I was like, oh my goodness, this is such a lucky day. It's lovely. So yes, it's luck. You've got a lot of luck, and you've got such support from Spirit going forward now. You can send that lightning up to heaven and say, I'm here. It's my turn. I'm ready. Come on, universe, show me what you've got. And this is what they're going to be showing you. And then we have the light of the world that is in reverse. And we know this is about your intuitive whispering. Something's being mentioned to you. Follow your guidance. Follow your soul. But it is in a reversal. And it's a number 10. So remember I said about number 9? Number 9 is an almost. Well, I don't know why I said number 9. Did I tell you that, or did I dream it? Anyway. So 10, of course, is completion, but we do have it in reverse. So we're going to read these because it's very important to take notice of them. A One of Roses. In reverse, commitment. Okay, so some kind of separation or break in a contract may be at hand. It could be a total severing of ties, like a divorce or a job loss, or it could be less intense, such as a temporary separation or layoff. This card could also indicate an investment that fails, or a home purchase or sale that falls through. Whatever shape it takes. So underneath our lightning bolts, okay? So do you know when we have those moments where we literally just throw that lightning bolt up to the universe? Why me? I don't deserve this. I'm not interested. Whatever. You literally just throw your toys. That's how this feels, these two cards together right now. So maybe you've done it very recently. Anyway, whatever shape it takes, there's an emotional component exactly that underlines the experience. It will be important to vent your feelings, yep, and deal with the sense of loss, but try not to think of it too catastrophically. Remember, we learn these lessons, and this is what this is about right now. We're still learning our lessons. So what did I say? We're at the front. We've got to remember now that we've learnt our lessons, we've done our healing, that we don't need to go back to old patterns and behaviors, that you've got to stand and you've got to let people talk, you've got to let them come to you. Whatever your lessons are, my lessons, I have got myself. You know what your lessons are. This is this moment. This is what could be coming. It could be coming over this weekend as we've asked Spirit for the guidance for this weekend. So just be aware of this right now, okay? Sometimes this energy indicates a physical separation. You may have to travel or relocate for business or personal reasons. In this or any other kind of physical or emotional distance, make sure you retain some balance in your life. Also consider this. Have you forgotten your own priority of self? Do you put yourself last and dismiss your own needs? If so, it's time to start committing to yourself. Try not to lose sight of the greatest partnership of all, your connection to the eternal, powerful, and valuable self that is your soul. Your spirit is longing for you to commit. We're at the front door. We're here. We're ready. We're in front of the queue. Do you know what I'm seeing? I am seeing this queue of people for a minute in my eye. But you know this idea of like you'd start going for and you think, oh, I can't be bothered to stay in this queue anymore. I'll come back again. I know people that have actually queued for something and then gone, oh, well, I'll come back again. You know, and that's exactly how this is feeling. So if you have done that, or you think that this weekend it's something that you've always done and you get tested with that, stay in the queue, my friend. Make sure you say, it doesn't matter how long. I know that I need to be here for this reason, and I know that I have to get to the end of it. Just think of it from that point of view and just see if you can do it. Because it's the same as my friend. It's like her anxiety gets the best of her and she's just, I just can't. I want to, but I can't. So this is a very important reading right now for somebody listening out there. Okay. Then we have our Three of Scrolls. And that was in upright. The captain of a ship stands on the forebridge, surveying the horizon through a telescope. Two officers nearby refer to an unrolled chart. A rainbow colors the sky. This is a great time to broaden your horizons in both your personal and business lives. So stand in the queue, please. Stay the course. I'm hearing stay the course. Yeah, face the sun, face the light. Yeah. Your opportunities are greater than just what you see. When you widen your scope, you'll find your way to limitless options and boundless wealth. That's amazing. And that's lovely, because the Seven of Scrolls that is here on top is in reverse. Okay, remember that one with the intricacies and industry. This spire is pointing at this journey card, this Three of Scrolls, setting your course. And I just wanted to read to you what the special note was. It says here, be aware of the nearby card to which the cathedral spire points. It reveals your aspirations in the matter and the things that help you as you rise towards your long-term goal. So you do need to widen your scope. You do. In order for these intricacies in industry, this planning, this change, this ready for the next step, okay? We need to do it here. Beautiful. Make the commitment to it. Trust in it. Believe in it. Because I think that's what the light of the world will be about, trust and believing. Now it is in reverse. Something disruptive in your life may have thrown you off balance. So or you've gotten very busy and the personal self has focused on the little details of life instead of the inner priorities of spiritual truth. So you have put the higher self behind you and may turn it into only occasionally, and sometimes only when a personal need arises. Understand that as long as you ignore the highest part of who you are, you turn away from the greatest source of your power and joy. The light of eternal wisdom is knocking. Knock, knock, knock. We're in the queue. We're first. We're here. Let us in, let us in. Open the door and keep opening it until you hold it within you absolutely. I love this. That's so amazing. Thank you. That's gorgeous. Okay, so let's get some ethereal insights into this weekend, into this guidance for this weekend. We've got to stand in our queue. Do not turn round. Whatever. Do not stop queuing. Make sure you queue. Very important. Very important to queue. For some reason, I feel like I've got to shuffle these cards, and I don't know if I can. They're really hard cards. Oh, I'm just making a mess of things. I am just making a mess of things. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Right. I'm not going to do it like that. I'm going to do it how I always do it. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it again. And I'm going to cut it again. Right. 3 times. No more energy. Let's do it. Right. Please, Spirit, if you could give us this guidance based on what it is for the weekend that is on this table. Reflect, review again, and go within, reevaluate. And we have something very interesting. Friends to lovers situation. Now, it's interesting. I want to put this over here by commitment. So I'm just going to say it. All right. Perhaps this friend isn't making a commitment that you want. All right. And maybe you've like literally, stopped yourself from seeing this bigger picture. So you need to reflect. You need to go within. Okay. And you need to see what it is. It could be something to do with, and I'm just going to say it, your brother and sister, or a sibling situation that causes you. It could be something to do with the family, because I talked about my 2. So, go within, reevaluate the situation. Why does this problem keep coming up? What is it about it that is stopping me? Because I do need to make a change. I do need to be different. I do need to set sail and set course. And, there's something here I'm not listening to. Okay, setting your course. Let's see, setting your course. Okay, so overworked, stressed out, and uninspired, bored. That's a very interesting combination, do you not think? You're either bored, mundane, unoriginal, uninspired, or you're overworked and stressed out. Very different energies here, 2 very different energies. And they've both come out. So, interesting. I'm thinking that... No, let's get some more. Let's get some more help here, please, Spirit. With this burnt out and uninspired. Okay. Difficulties, challenges, struggles, and hassles. We've got, on top of burnt out, a connection, a kindred soulmate. We have got talking stage, getting to know, chatting, possibilities. Lost, confused, something missing. And we've got something that's enticing, irresistible, and enchanting. But we've got difficulties, burnt out, uninspired, and then we've got this confused, something missing. All right. I'm thinking that we've got a situation where there's some sort of commitment. There's some sort of connection that you have had difficulties with, challenges with, because maybe you're the one that is seeing somebody more than just a friend, okay? And you're feeling very strongly towards them. That, might be finding them very enchanting or irresistible in some way. But I feel like it has stressed you out. It has stressed you a lot. It has stressed you that you've actually missed, that you've not paid attention to something. I think you're being told you need to go. This card for me is telling me that you feel that you're not worthy enough, strong enough, that maybe you're not. Perhaps this person who's your friend actually does have somebody else in their life. So you don't think, I'm sorry to say this, but you're thinking that you possibly, aren't going to be really the right one for this person. Maybe they've not. They've just always seen you as friends. But you've developed these feelings and it's brought about you some sort of, it's stressed you out. But Spirit is here to, you're not listening to something. I think it's a case of really having to, you've become a little bit confused about this whole situation, definitely. And this confusion really it's been very enticing, it's been very loving, and maybe you're getting this sort of push and pull dynamic. Maybe they're also having the problem of they want to just stay friends, or should there be something more, because they're finding you enticing. But let me just say this, there is a connection, there is some sort of connection, and this could happen this weekend, this talking sort of stage. Maybe it's a case really of opening up to possibilities with communication, giving, a little bit more enlightenment to something, the light of the world. Let me just go back to this a bit, and let's just see from that point of view in a reversal. Its eternal wisdom is knocking. Open the door and keep opening it until you hold it within you absolutely. Sometimes only when a personal need arises do we actually listen to our self, our higher self, our of spiritual truth. There is a spiritual truth here, and it is a soulmate emotional. Perhaps it's you that is stopping this from developing in some way. Maybe there's something here that you're feeling a little bit uninspired about. Maybe you're feeling like you're not right. I feel like it because of the mirror. This mirror, I feel like maybe you've got a little bit of healing to do to know your worth. That's what it is. Let's see if there's anything else Spirit will tell us about this uninspired Boardman. Uninspired. Why are you feeling like that? You're ahead of the queue. You're here. You're ready. I don't know, maybe it's just something that you've got to throw that lightning bolt up to heaven and just know and trust and set your sail and believe in the bit of luck now that is on your side. Perhaps you've been hurt before. Maybe it's still a little bit about your healing that you still need to do. Hope lies on the sunflowers, even in depression, it still faces the sun. The confident move forward without hesitation, and that's what this setting your course is. So maybe you do need to move forward with more confidence in knowing that you are deserving of this type of connection. That you are, you have this foundation now as a friendship. And if this person has been showing you they're quite willing, maybe you should have a little bit more trust and faith and, know that you're worthy. You're at the front of the queue now. You are incomparable. Maybe they see you as incomparable. They see you as unmatched, and you don't see it in yourself. But we've also got here, new home, get the keys and moving house. So is this friends first situation because of this? No, what I'm feeling with this card is, in fact, is the word new. Maybe some of you are going to be moving in together with somebody, and you have started out as this, and maybe this is a bit of a worry for you, because it's a big step, isn't it, leaving home and going on this next journey? I know. Maybe that's what it is, and there's been some challenges and some difficulties, but, at the end of the day, they see you as incomparable. Maybe you see them as, beyond compare as well. This is new. You're head of the queue now. You are here. Let's see, Tarot can confirm some things for us. This is beautiful. Let me know in the comments who's moving. Who's moving in with their love? First time, moving out of home. It's a big ask, isn't it? It's a big, big step. It really is. But I don't, you must be looking in that mirror and saying, I deserve this. I am worthy. I am amazing. I'm stronger than I know. I'm more loved than I could ever imagine. I love me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to trust in this. Okay. Right, let's see our little Light Seers Tarot. To confirm, please, what's on this table, please, spirits. Thank you very much. We've got, okay. Oh, lovely. Okay. Oh, interesting. Anything else? Reflect, difficulty. Yeah. Justice. Justice. Love it. Balance. We talked about that. A little bit of balance is needed. Get back into your balanced state. Okay. So, on top of lightning bolt, we've got the Eight of Swords. And also it was on with commitment as well. So there is something here, a shadow side, something you're not quite believing, something that you can't quite see. I feel like, you know, this is also, you know, looking into this mirror. This is this mirror, you know. You need to reflect on this, and you really need to go a little bit deep. Maybe this is this last little bit of work that you need to do with the Eight of Swords. You've come a long way, I'm hearing. You know, you're at the front of the queue now. You've got to trust and believe at some point you've got to get to the front of the queue. Please don't turn around. Please do not turn around. Face the light. Go forward. Okay? Be strong in this. Okay? If you're feeling stuck, it's time to open your eyes to unveil the truth. The truth of the relationship. The truth of where you are. The truth of who you are. Listen. I'm hearing this and I've got to say it. If you don't want to commit right now, it's okay. All right? Communication, absolutely. There's no rush. There's no rush in it. Do what makes you feel happy. Remember, we talk about self and how you're feeling, and you need to be happy. It's almost, I feel like that's why that card is a little bit this garden, you know, these two beautiful little children here playing and what have you. It will come right, because if it's meant to be for you, it will be for you. So please don't be rushing into it. If you're having a bit of a wobbly or you're having a bit of a discussion, allow the discussion, stand in what you want, in your truth, and be your authentic self. You know, you have done your work. You're here for this reason. So this is meant for you now. All right, so having more options than you thought, an opportunity to let go of an old story. So maybe that's where the reflection is coming in. Maybe there is an old story, something like I said, maybe you've been hurt. Maybe there's still a little bit of healing. Maybe you've got to take that leap of faith now, that trust. The Knight of Cups. Okay, well, we know what the Knight of Cups is all about. And these cards, he jumped out, the only one out of the four that are face down on top of connection, incomparable, new place, talking stage. He was the only one that jumped out face up. Okay, the Knight of Cups. He is all about emotion. He's about love. He's passionate. He's romantic. He wants something more. So this friends to lovers scenario. Developing feelings. He's all about the feelings. So I really feel like you've got somebody that you're not really seeing or believing or trusting. Maybe that's what you need to work on. It's about having this talking stage. Communication, very important. Very important. And look, if you know, whoever this is, being able to get to know your feelings in a real deep way is really important if you're going to be making a big commitment to each other. As much as the Knight is intuitive and totally in touch with his emotions, are you ready to be swept off your feet and to allow deep honesty and vulnerability to flow freely into your life? Do you believe in this type of true love? So maybe you have had a little bit of hurt in the past. It's time to really just go to that, but know that you've gone past it. Know that you can leave it behind. It's your turn. You're at the front of the queue. Get ready to take inspiration and run with it, to make art, music, and love and a veritable masterpiece of life. All right, we've also got the Five of Wands, Ace of Swords, the Six of Swords in reverse, and guess what? The Lovers on top of Incomparable and Soul Connection. So this has suddenly turned into a very much of a love situation that you could find yourself in. You know what, take what resonates. But the Five of Swords can be a bit about conflict or challenges, a bit of difficulties. Yeah? But you've got justice as well. And that's about balance and seeing things clearer. Understanding that between the two of you, don't stress yourself out about this anymore. All right? Between the two of you, you can work this out. And the other people involved can also work it out, because you have got this beautiful Ace of Swords and we have the Six of Swords in reverse. All right? So no longer worrying about not being able to go forward. Okay, let's have a little look at these two, Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords in reverse. So the Six of Swords in reverse is about transition, carrying baggage and weight from your past. We don't want it. We want it gone. Please do not stand at the front of the queue with this worry, with baggage or worry. You can't take it with you. You will never change anything other than nothing will change for you unless you change what you are carrying. The Ace of Swords is about new ideas, clarity, aha moment. What did I say? When you have that aha moment. So maybe your aha moment will come this weekend. Communication, victory, success. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then number 6 are Lovers. Of course, it is very important. Relationships, a romantic relationship, but it could equally be unity. It could equally be friendships, healthy boundaries. So whatever it is to do with this new place, this new beginning, this new situation, something that is going to be sort of very much part of the soul connection, something that's written, something that is needed after difficulties, after struggles. In comes this wonderful romance, if you believe it, if you trust in it, because it is here for you. So let me know. I would love to know if you have this beautiful, situation over the weekend, a lesson to learn. This lightning bolt is not coming down this way. You're sending it up. You've got the power right now. Stand in your boundaries, stand in your power. You know the situation. You are strong and powerful. Okay? If you're thinking something is missing, you need to discuss it. You need to talk about it. Talk about it. Set your course. Be open. You've got a lot of luck as well with this. It's something very fortuitous. It's something that's meant. I want to say fated. Remember this? The confident move forward without hesitation. It's time. So, my friend, good luck for your weekend. I really, really hope that you are finally listening. Remember our Vibe 45? Finally, you're listening and seeing this differently. Seeing this differently. Seeing this differently. This is how it is. Talking, connection, lovers, new place, a new stage, a new start. Love it. All the best. Thank you for listening to Words of Wisdom. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Like, comment, subscribe, share it, do whatever. Love to hear from you. Take care. Bye-bye.